came to Multimodal 2011 is because of the success I had with networking during Multimodal 2010. It's a great opportunity to get around and see a whole cross-section of the industry represented here. Well, what I think is going to happen throughout the rest of 2011, and maybe featuring into 2012, and certainly when some of the larger ships are going to be ultimately delivered, I can see that cargo volumes will develop, and we do see that the peak season seems to be a little bit flatter, at least from our analysis of Box Trade Intelligence. Seems to be a little bit flatter, but that does mean that there's cargo opportunities outside of the peak season. What I believe is going to happen is that we'll see more ships enter the market, and there'll be an oversupply for a period of time. I hope that the container lines can be agile enough to do capacity management. What we saw in the post-Chinese New Year period was a good indication of that, where we saw the odd suspended sailings taking place when the berth just wasn't strong enough to sail. That saves a lot of money on fuel and operating expenses for the ship, so it's a great strategy to have. We hope that they can do that more frequently during the course of this year. Up until the point in time when the Panama Canal is expanded, which trade networks will change dramatically when that happens. And that's the topic of a lot of debate. What we see is probably a continued growth in the container shipping industry, and it's more a matter of how capacity gets introduced into that and how that is managed during that period. What I see that has happened over the last 24 months, and is happening still today, is the industry is far too volatile. What is happening is the freight rates are going up and they're coming back down again, and these sharp corrections make it very difficult for customers of container shipping to manage their supply chains. And it is what I think needs to happen is the business model for how we do business in container shipping needs to change to a much longer term view. And I think that it can benefit both carriers and customers of container shipping to at least take a portion of their cargo out on longer term contracts. And certainly the more that can be done focusing in on the real costs of doing business so that people can, so that the carriers can make margin on what it is that they're doing. And at the same time have some guaranteed revenue flow, income, volumes to plan their business against.